We're going to do fraction operation review. When adding and subtracting fractions, the goal is to get common denominators. If you have common denominators like 1/4 plus 2/4, you can simply add the numerators across the top, keep the denominator the same. What happens if you have unlike denominators? You must find common denominators. So if I have 1/3 plus 1/4, I need to find a common denominator before I can add. The common denominator between 3 and 4 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12, and 4 times 3 is 12. If I do it to the bottom, I must do it to the top. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 3 is 3. Simply add the numerators and keep the denominator. What happens if you have a mixed fraction, such as 4 and 4/9, that you want to add 1 and 1/3? The first thing you must do is to change the mixed fraction to an improper fraction. We're going to multiply 9 times 4, and then we're going to add 4. 9 times 4 is 36, and 36 plus 4 is 40. We're going to keep the denominator the same, and we're going to change this one to improper. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4, and keep the denominator. Now I've got a fraction that is improper. Now I just need to find a common denominator. If I can keep one denominator the same, I want to do that. So I'm going to keep 40/9. And I'm only going to change this fraction. When I change this fraction, it becomes 12/9. Now, I have a common denominator. I have like denominators. So I can go back to this rule, keep the denominator the same, and add the numerator straight across. 40 plus 12 is 52. I'd never want to keep a fraction improper, so I divide it out. I'm going to come up here and divide it out. 52 divided by 9. 9 will go into 52. 5 times 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract, and I'm left with 7. 5 and 7/9. Good. Now let's go to multiplying fractions. When you multiply fractions, you want to multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and then, if necessary, you always want to simplify your answers. So let's take 2/3 times 5/6. You simply multiply straight across. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 6 is 18. 10/18 can be simplified. To simplify this fraction, I say what number can go into both? They're both an even number, so they're both divisible by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Can 5/9 be simplified? No, it cannot. Now we're moving on to division. When you are dividing, you want to keep, change, flip. And I'll explain what I mean by keep, change, flip. 2/5 divided by 1/2. We want to see what that equals. We're going to keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. Keep 2/5, change division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. Now I just follow the rules for multiplying. Multiply straight across. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 1 is 5.